this day, the old master knows. His grandson is ready. Tanba has become a ninja. Can the sixth sense really be learned? The ninja tradition says yes. Starting with something as simple as listening to a fallen needle. It's not really about listening. It's about attention. Concentrating on the faint sound of a needle sharpens the senses. For Kawakami's advanced students, there's another exercise. Staring at the flame of a candle.
そうすると外の外界の音が遮断されたりね、逆に聞こうとすると遠くの音が聞こえたりです。ただ慣れてない時にあれをやると目を痛めたりするのでね。でこれは非常に大事なトレーニングなんですよ。五感が鋭敏になっていくわけですね。もう五感プラスアルファの第六感も発達してきますよね。
After completing his training, Tanba rose quickly to become a ninja master. His grandfather had given him all the techniques and wisdoms of his ancestors, skills that he will need as he is about to face the challenge of his life. The world outside of Iga has changed. Nobukatsu's father, Oda Nobunaga, now has tremendous power, conquering province after province with unyielding and brutal force. The Iga Ninja know they are next. Their territory is almost surrounded by Oda's allies. They're a thorn in his territorial ambitions and a constant threat to his supply routes.
この忍びの国の忍者の国の攻略のために砦が必要で、そして丸山城を次男の織田信雄に建てるように作るように命じたわけです。
Nobukatsu regards the conquest of Iga as the ideal opportunity to prove himself in the eyes of his father. Tanba knows the castle is a threat to his people. His first step is to gather intelligence.
お頭様。
木の葉。信勝の城へ入るための通行手形を盗んでくるのだ。分かっておるな。警戒心の低い下の者を狙え。行け。
実際その忍びの門としてするときにね、一つの病気になるといけないというようなことがあるんですよ。これはまあ恐れとか侮りとかね、それとか欲望とかそういったものをね、なるべく出さない、抑えるコントロールするということですね。
あらお兄さん、一緒に楽しくやりましょうよ。
いいね、こっちおいよ。
手来てほしいかな。聞いちゃおうかな。
ありがとう。
どうぞ。
It can take years to plant a ninja spy successfully behind enemy lines. But Konoha was already well known in the places of the night. Should Konoha be caught, she would certainly be executed. For protection, she carried a secret weapon.
これは普通の三両針になってる。電棒3つの方向に針になってる。でこれの小型のものを使った場合ですね、口に含んで紙の入れてね寝て、もしか場合があった時には、それをね敵の顔面に吹きつけて、そしてその隙に逃げると。
Hearing that her mission had failed, Tanba prays for Konoha's spirit. Now that the enemy had been alerted, infiltrating the castle without a stolen pass is not an option. Tanba has to gather information a different way. Dressed as a monk, Tanba attracts little attention. For each soldier entering the gates, he drops a bean from a bag. At the end of the day, he can see from the remaining beans how many soldiers are guarding the castle. Capturing a fortified castle needs careful planning. Tanba's strategy: a small ninja elite team will breach the outer defenses and take position inside the castle, in preparation for the main attack.
One of the first lines of defense against a ninja was a listing scout. These were soldiers who went out around the castle perimeter. They crept and hid in hiding places, giving out special signals and clappers, warning if there was problems.
When a ninja stalks his prey, he makes sure the wind won't carry the sound to the enemy and walks in his shadow to the rhythm of his footsteps. Because no one will miss the listening scout until morning, one of Tanba's ninjas continues to signal to the ring of scouts around the castle. The second line of the castle's defenses are carefully arranged fires that can light up a stretch of land filled with gravel that detects approaching ninja. The only way to cross the open space is to distract the castle guards on the wall. Now a second ninja squad leaps into action.
Ninja got through, he had to cross over the moat but keep dry. If he was wet, he would leave footprints everywhere in the castle. To do this, they had many systems. One was to tie a raft of bamboo which floated on barrels and allowed him to get across.
While the enemy is expecting an attack on the opposite side of the castle, Tanba and his men start their climb in silence. Breaching the walls is easy for the trained ninja. Locating the target inside is another challenge.
Inside a castle, they had to keep silent. Not even many Japanese people know that the straw mats that you can find in most Japanese houses, the layout was designed to help stop ninja infiltrating during the night. These mats are set up so that the weave goes in one direction. If a ninja's foot goes with the weave, there's not much sound. However, the way they're set up, a ninja's foot would go against the weave, and this sound would be listened for in the dead of night.
It's now several hours since the diversion attack. Inside the castle, things start to calm down. Creating a diversion is useful for infiltration, but it also alerts the enemy. So Tanba and his men hide until the troops get tired.
When they were moving through the corridors or moving through living quarters, they had to keep silent. So they developed a really special walking technique. This involved walking on the palms of their hands with their feet on top. Now, when they came across people who were sleeping, they would place folded paper in their mouths so that their breath did not hit the face of the sleeping person but went sideways instead.
Fatigue is every warrior's worst enemy. The moment of weakness is the time a ninja strikes. Tanba takes out the commander and signals the other ninja to strike, while Tanba ignites the gunpowder cache. Destruction is total. The castle built to conquer Iga falls. Nobukatsu, son of Japan's greatest warlord, has lost to a handful of warrior outlaws.
このままでは終わらんぞ。終わらんぞ。わしは織田信勝じゃ。
Determined to seek revenge, the following year, Nobukatsu assembles a samurai-led army without informing his mighty warlord father. The ninja are outnumbered, but well prepared. Nobukatsu needs to impress his warlord father and ignores all warnings. 8,000 men cross the mountain passes of Iga. For Nobukatsu's general, victory seems certain. He does not know his enemy.
Samurai armies would have to cross rivers such as these. Now it was a ninja's job to deceive the army. What he would do is he'd come along and construct objects like this, which is a rock with some grass tied to string. They would change the length of this depending on the river. Now, constructing hundreds of these would make the river look really shallow, so the enemy would come down across the river, and as they steamed through, they would collapse into the depths, killing as many of the samurai as they possibly could.
で、戦術的に一番大切なのは地形です。で、彼らはそれをもう知り尽くしているから。だから大きな権力とゲリラ戦で戦うことができた。
Lured deep into the forest, Nobukatsu's army faces a military nightmare.
Nobukatsu was fighting an invisible army. This army would use any trick up their sleeve just to win.
を並べたらですね、全部この上尖ってる部分が上を向いてるんですね。だから敵が追いかけてきた時にこれをまき散らしたりしたらですね、これが足に刺さってしまって。
The ninja were experts at explosives. They would take 2 small bowls and fill them with gunpowder, shrapnel and other material. They would place them together and bind them and glue them in paper.
伊賀の大軍が来るぞ。
The samurai have been fooled into a costly panic retreat. The lights on the mountains did not come from an approaching ninja army, but from torches tied to trees.
The defence of Iga seems to have been carried out very well indeed, using a mixture of guerrilla tactics, surprise attacks, and trying to wear down the enemy as much as they could. On one occasion, we know that they caused such confusion among Nobukatsu's army that his samurai started fighting each other.
Although Nobukatsu escaped unharmed, he lost one of his father's most capable generals. His second defeat by the Iga Ninja brought total shame to the family of the powerful warlord Nobunaga.
Nobunaga had seen the defeat of his son by the men of Iga, and that could not be tolerated because it was a slur against the honour of the Oda family.